being here in this bubble, I guess people might not speak on it, but it is a challenge to a lot of guys. It's like you at work all the time. Like a lot of guys, when they get done playing basketball, they want to be able to leave and forget about basketball for a little bit. It's impossible here in the bubble. It's tough being here, being away from our family, being isolated from the rest of our society.
Stephen A., you're someone that's normally on the go. What's your concern level for these players dealing with cabin fever?
Loneliness. It's very, very simple. You better let somebody come up in there and see them. You understand what I'm saying to you? I'm just being real. Somebody got to say it.
Someone, you mean like a doctor, Stephen A.? What do you mean?
That simple. Look, they got to let somebody up in there to see it. Now, I understand.
Need so much company, Stephen A. Go ahead.
Hey, listen. It would be nice to see, the whole family and all that stuff. I got that. You understand? I really, really do. But we all know that, 6 of those teams are going home at the end of this week, all right, because they ain't going to be in the playoffs, right? Well, that's 6 teams, right? Okay, so you got the teams, the roster, and all of their personnel. Now, you can't just let family come up in there. So but you can let somebody come there. You could let a wife or a girlfriend come. I would strongly advise the NBA to facilitate that happening before August 30th. Not after. Before. I would strongly advise. Just one person.
Well,
just one. It will go a long
Stephen A.,
way.
are you advocating? Are you advocating for conjugal visits in the bubble? I mean, the bottom line is they didn't do anything wrong. They're not in jail. There's a pandemic.
I mean, I didn't want to go there.
Social distancing, Stephen A. You got a social distance.
Since you asked the question, yes.
It's all going to come tumbling down because Stephen A. makes a suggestion on TV. See what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Somebody got to say it. Somebody got to say it. You understand?
Listen to me.
It's important.
If I don't get to watch the NBA playoffs because there's an outbreak and this comes back to you, we got beef. That's what this comes down to.
Max, everybody gets a plus one.
Hey, Max.
Come on.
Test them before they come in. Test them before. Just one person. You're allowed one person to come. And they come and they don't have to leave. Trust me, it would go a long way.
You better choose wisely, because that could be a few months.
It has to happen. Adam Silver, Chris Paul, everybody. It has to happen before August 3rd. Just one person, just one. You would not be hearing this if you let one person go.
Stephen A., have fun in Orlando. That's all I got to say to you.
So Travis Kelce is the perfect tight end for that offense because his route running is second to none at the position. He has feet like a slot receiver at that size. And so in that offense, he's the perfect weapon. I don't think George Kittle could fit in that offense the way that Travis Kelce does. Now, when you look at the 49ers offense, you have a guy like George Kittle with his blocking. He's the best blocking tight end in the National Football League. They would not be able to run the football the way they do if it were not for George Kittle. So I look at it this way, the most complete tight end, the guy with the total package, the guy that can get you anything you want as far as he may not be a premier route runner, but he is good enough. He is the best blocking tight end. And I think the spot that puts George Kittle over the top is when he gets the ball in his hands. Need I remind you of the play down in the Superdome last year against New Orleans? I believe it was 4th and 5 or 4th and 10 or whatever. They threw him the football, and he basically drugged 2 or 3 New Orleans Saints for the first down. So that is what separates him. So I'm going to go with George Kittle as the most complete tight end. But, I mean, it's 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other, depending on which offense that you're putting each one of them in.
Rank them.
Look, man.
Rank them.
Look, man,
Let me hear your top tight ends.
A dead clock is right twice a day, so what?
George Kittle won.
He had a great play
George Kittle
against
won.
New Orleans.
Travis Kelce,
I know
too.
George Kittle. Listen, he's no scrub, but 6 stellar years consecutive years, by the way, as an elite tight end in the National Football League. You're the reigning
Kelsey's
Super Bowl
great.
champion. Plus, you're a premier route runner. And that gets overshadowed because this guy's the tight end and he blocks better when Kyle Shanahan is your coach. And clearly, he taking the ball out of Jimmy Garoppolo's hand in the fourth quarter and want you to run the football. He ran to the Super Bowl, by the way. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo barely threw the damn football in the postseason. Okay, I'm talking about particularly the divisional playoff game and then the NFC Championship game.
And they
He
had a
barely
10-point
threw
lead in
the
the fourth
damn
quarter.
football. They ran all day with Kittle's blocking. So because he blocked and helped your running game, that offsets what Travis Kelce brings to the table.
You act like
What's
he
the matter
doesn't
with y'all?
catch the ball.
I'm not saying that, but I mean, y'all acting like Travis Kelce. All he does is route run in an elite fashion. Excuse me, that's his job.
No, I said he's an
That's a
underrated
job.
run blocker.
Stephen
Kelsey's
A.
an
Travis
underrated
Kelce
run blocker, but Kittle is
Six
something
straight
different.
years.
Listen, I'm not
He's
concerned about
special.
the 6
But
straight
so
years.
is
We're talking
Kelce.
about right now. I'm not concerned about the past 5 or 6 years. Nobody cared what you did 10 years ago. What are you doing for me right now? And right
He
now,
just did
today, George Kittle is the
The
best tight
last
end.
time we
He's
saw
the
him
best
play
tight end in
football, he did it,
football.
Booger. He just did it.
Did you watch George Kittle
I'm
last
sorry,
year?
but
He's the best tight end in football.
educate me, Booger. Educate me, Booger. Was there an NFL game that's been played since the Super Bowl? I don't know. Did that happen?
No.
Did that happen? I wasn't aware because I didn't see it. So the last
Kansas
time
City-
we saw Kelce play football, that was 6 years ago. And oh, by the
Yeah.
way, who won that game? That would be
Stephen
Kelce,
A.
not
Kittle
Kittle. Where
got
was
more
Kittle in the
yards,
fourth quarter?
more catches, more yards per catch, and he's got Garoppolo throwing the ball, not Mahomes. You act like Kittle's not good in the passing game.
Well, hold it. Kelsey didn't always have Mahomes. Kelsey only had Mahomes the
He's
last
had
two
Mahomes the
seasons,
last
y'all.
2 years, though.
What about the previous 4,
Talk about
man?
right now, brother, right now. Who's the best right now?
No, I'm just saying you
I mean,
brought up who
otherwise
throwing him
the
the
answer's
ball.
Gronk.
You thought of who's brought him the ball. That's why I brought it up, because you brought up who's throwing him the ball. I'm saying they wasn't always throwing him the ball when he was wreaking havoc. What's the matter with y'all?
Right.
Throwing
He
the
can
ball
block.
because
Steve
he's
What's
Shoot,
wrong
hey,
with
Boog-
bad,
hey,
man, no
hey, Booger,
doubt.
the way you ride on that Peloton bike, Booger, you could go out there and block too.
Stephen A., don't get team accomplishments confused with individual greatness. The Kansas City Chiefs are great. Travis Kelce is really, really good. But if you're asking me from an individual talent standpoint, the complete package is George Kittle. And I'm not going to say it's not close. It's
So he's
very
really
close,
good now.
But George
He ain't
Kittle
great.
is a better tight end.
He's really good now. He's not great. Travis Kelce's not great
Kelce's
now.
great.
He's really good.
Kelsey's great.
Okay, let's not have a play on words here. He's great, but if you're asking me who's better, I'm taking George Kittle.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
You just make
We'll
sure
leave
you
it
put
on
the
that
word
note.
great in there. That's all I'm saying.
Don't sleep on my guy, guys. Evan Ingram, New York Football Giants. Danny Dimes to Ingram. You're going
Stay
to
on
be
the
hearing that a
field,
lot
Molly.
this year if we
They
actually
have
have a
to
football.
win, Molly,
Yeah.
someplace other than preseason games to
Oh.
qualify. They can't just win preseason games, Molly. They have to win regular season games to qualify for that,
I hope
Molly.
your Steelers make it to the
Okay.
playoffs. By the way, Mark Andrews, leading
Yeah,
receiver
with a
on
fourth
Baltimore, he
string
had a nice
quarterback,
season too.
they still won more
Andrews
games
is
than
no
your
joke.
Giants. Thank you.
Bye. Bye, Booger. All right, when we come back here on First Take, much more to dive into. LeBron with some very interesting comments regarding bubble life.
The buck stops with Masai, but the Bucks probably don't because they don't have Kawhi. You know, that's the point. Masai Ujiri is the best executive in basketball. Apologies to Daryl Morey. But Masai is great, and in Denver also, you don't really have home court the same way in basketball as you do in baseball. You can't adjust the stadium to favor left-handed hitters or something. Not like in football, cold weather can actually affect you versus a dome or warm weather. But when you have at that altitude, you can build a deep team, 10 deep that can run everyone out of the gym. Masai did a great job there. Then he gets to Toronto. You see the job he did there. But to get them over the top, he brought in a Finals MVP. And I don't see the Finals MVP on this squad.
Yeah, I mean, the real question for me is, would Kawhi have had a better shot winning the chip with this Toronto team or with the LA Clippers? And we shall see. All right, we'll leave it on that note. Chiney, thank you so much here for being with us. When we come back on First Take, we all have cabin fever, right? Well, imagine You are inside the bubble. Players are venting. We are reacting. Plus, are the Suns poised to make some noise if they get in? All that coming up. Don't go anywhere.
He's got to be Hall of Fame.
Hell no. Not even a little bit, please.
Then I'm wrong and they're right.
Don't change now. Don't change now. Only way I'm going to hear that now, man.